Located at 4701 Banana Drive, Motown, Texas. Molina neighborhood.
Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that? Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that?
Welcome back to the Volo. I'm your host, El Vago. Today we have Gabe, Checo, and Trey with me today. We have a special guest, a good friend of mine. I've known him for over 20 years. He was part of my clica back in the days, whatever. David Boxer Lascano.
Justo.
How you been, bro?
Just been chilling, bro. Just staying out the way, man. Just working.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yes,
Still
sir.
doing your stucco business?
Oh, I do it on the side, man. I just started working in the refineries, man. So I've been out there for a minute, and every time I get a little chance, man, I like to go out there and do it. It's my little hobby, man. I love doing it, so keeps me busy, not in trouble.
Hell yeah, man. Shit, man. Well, let's go back, man, all the way from the beginning, man. Where you from?
I'm from here, from Corpitos, man, but I was born in Brownsville, Texas, man, and in 81.
81.
And after that, I was born here, then we moved to Tamaulipas. So I lived over there in Control, Tamaulipas, till I was about 3 or 4 years old. And after that, we came back over here to the States, man, and we moved out here to Corpus, man, when I was about 4 years old, man. We used to live over here in the Cut, in the north side, you know what I mean, on Chipito Street. So, yeah, man, we did that for a minute, and then I remember we moved out there to Rockport, man, and we lived out there in Rockport, man. I'll just get straight to it, man. We're gonna start with that domestic violence, bro. Ever since I can remember, man, my life has been a little chaotic, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pops like to drink a lot, and it got pretty crazy, bro. You know what I mean? And my pops' name comes from from that vida too, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were out there gang banging, doing all that crazy stuff too, and with all that, man, came with they were doing a lot of drugs as well, and moving highlands, doing stuff like that. But my brother, my dad became an alcoholic, and when that happened, he would the domestic violence came in, homie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would start putting his hands on my mom since I could remember, homie. You know what I mean? So it was pretty crazy, dog, growing up, because being the oldest, bro, I had to take care of my little brothers and sisters when that shit was popping off. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I would have to go back and stick up for my jefita while,
Yeah.
pero, my pops was a good man, bro. When he wasn't drinking, he was a good man. I can remember, I have a lot of good memories about him too, man, but, unfortunately, it was like a black and white, you know what I mean?
It became normalized.
Yeah, it was normal, bro. For me, it was normal to come home from school and stuff like that, man, and you see my mom would be all pieced up right there, bro. Bleeding, black eyes or whatever it was, dog. You know what I mean?
Was he an alcoholic?
Pretty bad, yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty bad on that, dog. But like I said, when he wasn't drinking, bro, he was a good man, bro. You know what I mean? But whenever he would do that stuff, then he'd get into it with my jefita, bro. It was pretty hard, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How many brothers and sisters you have?
I got 2 brothers and 2 sisters, dog. I'm the oldest one. So, yeah, man, it's pretty touchy subject. I'm a little nervous about it. You know what I mean? I never done nothing like this. So
Yeah, I know.
just bear with me. So yeah, bro, I would take out to my grandma's house when I was a child alone, dog, because just to get away from all the chaos, homie.
Yeah.
Everything that was happening at home, and when when I was at my jefitas, I mean my grandma, she would drill me on the Bible, Holmes.
Yeah.
So we'd read the Bible every 5 o'clock every morning, praise and worship with my grandma, dog, and it was a beautiful thing. Never wanted to go home, dog. I want to stay with my abuelita right there, bro. It was just peaceful, dog.
Yeah.
But every time I came back to the house, it was pretty crazy, dog.
Yeah. Your abuelita's still alive.
Nah, man, she passed away a couple of years ago.
I remember meeting her, man. I
Yeah,
remember going.
yeah, she was real cool,
Yeah,
man.
here out.
But when I was alone, bro, like I was dedicated to the Lord, bro. Like, I remember running around, getting all the little kids during the summer, taking them to the church. How many people can you bring to church and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So, before anything, bro, I knew the Lord. You know what I mean? And I thank him because at the end of the day, when I look back at all this, I know it was him that got me through it. So growing up, bro, it was we grew up poor, bro. There was a lot of drug addiction. There was a lot of violence, bro. So when we were here in Corpus, we ended up moving out there to Rockport, bro. And when I was out there in Rockport, man, I started going to school out there. It was playing ball and doing all that, right? But unfortunately, man, we're pretty broke.
Yeah.
So I don't say all this for like sympathy, bro. It's just my story, dog.
Yeah, I
You know
know,
what I
yeah.
mean? It
That's
is
what
what
you're
it
here
is. I just want to share it, man, because at the end of the day, the outcome of everything right now is it's great, bro. That you can overcome things in life, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So I went to school out there in Rockport. I was a nerd, bro. I loved school, man. I would stay in school as much as I can, away from the house as much as I can. I started playing ball when I was a kid, man. I played baseball, football. I was on track and field team. And then you see, I kind of lost myself, dog. But yeah, I played a lot of sports, bro. And to me, that was gonna be our way out
Yeah.
of poverty, man. For my jefita and all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For my pops and all that. We grew out there in Rockport, man. I had my friends out there, the Gonzalez's, Lee Gonzalez, Leon Gonzalez, her whole family. Their family was part of the church too, and we'd go to the church out there and we'd get caught smoking in the back of the church, get in trouble by the pastor and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So, um, so yeah, man, I played ball, man. I played football. And around the age of 12, when we moved back over here to Rockport, man. I mean, to Corpus from Rockport, man. I came from a little small town, and we moved right into the middle of right here off of Leopard, right here on Corpus. And so it was like moving into the middle of gangland, bro. And when I was a kid, I could remember that, the homeboys would be like, "Hey, dog, Corpus is crazy," shit like that, like whatever. But then I moved out here, man, and then so I moved right there on Josephine Street in Leopard, right behind City Hall, man, and there was a gang there called the East Side Crew, and I didn't know none of these vatos, you know what I mean? I was just coming to school, trying to stay out the way, man, but never failed every day after school, bro, trying to get jumped,
Yeah.
getting off the school bus and just vatos new to the hood and whatever. But then the homeboys moved in, bro, they live right next door. Rest in peace, Tres, Robert Gonzalez. He was my padrino, bro. He's the one who got me down when I was 12 years old. But
Yeah. Tres was a crazy ass motherfucker, man.
Yeah, man. Washington, Little Valley Locotes,
Yeah.
He was one of those cats, bro, that he kept me out of trouble, Holmes. Hey, you better go to school, Vato. You're not gonna be skipping, coming over here. So, whenever I try to skip school, they rough me up real quick and they send me on my way to school. But when I was about 14, bro, I hurt my back, man. I couldn't play ball no more, man. So, I got into the gang even more, bro. You know what I mean? I got down when I was 12. I got clicked in when I was 13. By the time I was 14, bro, I was already putting in that work, dog. So it was pretty crazy. I met the guy Robert Wicked. I remember he was on the run from TYC, homie, and I got to meet him, right? The crazy thing was about it that when I was 12 years old, me and my cousin Pino, man, Edward Lascano, we got popped for stealing a whole bunch of cars. We're little carjackers. We like to steal cars.
Yeah.
But we did it more out of a necessity, dog. We go sell the cars to somebody who would buy them from us. You know what I mean? And to support the family, dog. Buy school clothes for my brothers and sisters and stuff like that. But yeah, we got popped. We ended up in juvie, dog. And by the time I got out, my jefe had went over there and talked to Wicked, Robert, and Lokes, that 3-3, and he told him, "Hey, when this vato gets out, dog, I want y'all to click his ass, dog. You know what I mean? I want y'all to beat his ass up because he's just getting in trouble. He don't want to listen to nobody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?" So whenever I got out, they hit me up, man, and instead of them clicking me or whatever, man, I got down with the Trece, dog. You know what I mean? So I started banging suit when I was 13, and you know, and I met up with my homeboy Michael Pena. He's been my road dog since we're chavalones, bro. And after that, bro, you know, at the age of 16, I was working, man. I bought my first Cadillac. Riding around with all the homeboys. I didn't have no reverse, you know what I mean? I used them to push the car backwards and shit, you know what I mean? Um, that was pretty badass, dog. What else, homie? By the time I started my addiction started very young, homie, when I was about 12, 13 years old, man. I started off with the cura, puffing that spray paint, homie, smoking weed and hanging out with the homeboys, dog. And, you know, it escalated, man. I got my first taste of cocaine when I was about 14 years old. Never really got into it, bro. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
never really my thing. I was always really just smoking bud and stuff like that, man, and drinking and, you know. But by the time I turned 16, man, I remember coming home one day, homie, and my dad was piecing up my half on homie with the broomstick. And you know, throughout this whole time, bro, I would get in the way from my half vato for for my dad wouldn't put his hands on her. And I'm not trying to make my dad look out like a monster, bro. He was just an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was a good man, bro, and that's a lot of the things that there's a lot of good people out here, bro, they get stuck drinking, they get caught up in addiction, bro, and it just turns them Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, man.
And you know, by the time I was 16, homie, it was the first time I ever put my hands on my dad, dog. So I pulled up. I was with the homie Doughboy and Wiki. We pulled up in the Cadillacs, bro, and I see the door wide open. It was like midnight, homie. You know what I mean? I was like tripping out, like what the fuck? So I walked inside the house, and it was my pops was you know, he was abusing my half a lot. So I got in the way, and he gets in my face. He goes, "Yo, you think you're big shit, right?" I said, "I don't think nothing, Mato. Don't be hitting my half out." You know what I mean? And he pushed me, boom, and I got back up, and I was all like, "Man," I said, "You do it again, dog. So I ain't gonna let it happen again." He hit me, dog. He stole me, boom, laid me out. By the time I got, by the time I got up, bro, I had already blacked out. And when I snapped out of that blackout, I had my pops in the middle of the street, bro, just banging them up, homie. Um, which I wish it was something that would have never happened, right? But
Yeah.
unfortunately, bro, I had to, stick up for my brothers, my sisters, my mom, and everybody, homie. And it's just, it's hard growing up a lifestyle like that, bro. You become very angry. You become very anything that comes your way, bro. You want to handle it with violence.
Oh yeah. I know. I remember, man. You're way more calm than you used to be, bro. Well, a lot of us have, but you big time, bro. You're the pit bull of the clique, bro. Every time
Yeah.
somebody had a problem, hey, call boxer. Hey,
Yeah.
fool, we're getting into, hey, call boxer. You know, it's always been you, man. You always been the the pit bull of the crew.
Yeah. You know, but you know, a lot of people think about the clica, homie. They think that you just get in it to I don't know, carnal. To me, the Sureños were my family, bro. We didn't have anybody, dog. All we had was my little cousin. Everybody moved out of town. And my pops moved away after that incident where we got into it, bro. They locked me up because I put my hands on my pops. By the time I got out, my mom had already, you know, kicked out my dad from the house, dog.
Yeah.
So when I came back home, the whole family, my dad's side of the family, they were kind of against. They were mad about what happened, how it happened, dog. But
Yeah.
I mean, nobody ever stuck up for my head, dog. You know what I mean? So I did what I had to do, bro. Um. So yeah, we kept on like that, bro. And by the time I turned 17, I was driving with the homeboys and they picked us up, bro. I had a fucking warrant. So they take me in for assault, dog. My first assault charge. And I got out, whatever. I did a little 30 days. I came back out and then I got in trouble with the law, man, because you know, it's like you're stuck in the middle, bro. Don, you got your half on one side, bro. That's your half on.
Yeah.
You got your pops on this side, and that's your pops, bro. And you want to be there for both of them, bro. So you're like stuck in the middle, bro. I was mad because my dad would, the way he would, or the domestic violence, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I didn't hate him. I just knew that when he started drinking, bro, it's hey, so I got to get my little brother. So whenever they start fighting, take him to the neighbor's house or whatever, dog. You know what I mean? But when my mom left him, dog, that shit really hurt me, homes. You know what I mean? That shit really hurt me, you know. I turned 17, homie, and I was locked up. I was 17, I got locked up, homie, and I was getting sent to a rehab, dog, because they busted me with some monta, so they were sending me to this program for 2 months for a joint, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I was in the county jail, dog, right here. And all I remember was I was looking out the window, homie, through the county window to Staples Station, and I saw my half with my little brother right there, bro. You know, back then, dog, you know, if you had a phone, bro, you had money.
Yeah.
We didn't have no phone, homie. You know what I mean? So the only one that had a phone was my grandma, dog. So when I saw my pop standing down there at Staples Station, you trying to use, you know, signals, making sign language, whatever. My happy was crying, dog. That shit broke me, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was telling him, hey, dog, be strong, don't cry, you know, through the window. And I remember he got on that bus, homie. It was the last time I seen him. 2 weeks later after that, I got sent to that rehab, homie. And then I was in June of 99, and I was only there for 2 weeks, bro. I didn't know that that was gonna be the last time I see my dad alive.
Oh no shit.
You know what I'm saying? So I remember I was sitting there in that rehab. The directors come in. They're like, Mr. Lascano, hey, we gotta talk to you, Holmes. I was like, for what? I thought they were gonna send me back to the county. I said, man, I didn't even do nothing, Holmes. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that it was for my jefito. He was very sick, Holmes. He already had cirrhosis of the liver. He was throwing up blood, shitting out blood, and that was pretty crazy. And then they give me in the escort van, homie, and they take me over to the hospital, dog. And on the way over there, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro, I was looking up at the sky and I was just like, ¿sabe qué? Por favor, don't take my head fit, dog. You know what I mean? Regardless of the fact, whatever he drinks, whatever, dog, it's still my head fit, dog. Please don't take him, right? So I remember I get off the escort van and it was that Mr. Contreras, I think he was a CO. They had me in handcuffs, right? So they're taking me right here to 19th Street before they dropped the hospital right there on 19th Street. Before they tore it down, the vato gets me out the van. He's like, hey, Lascano, he goes, you remember who I am, right? I said, I think so. You used to work at the juvenile. I goes, yeah, bro. I was there with the juvenile when you and your cousin was there for stealing cars. That was years ago, dog. You know what I mean? Like 4 or 5 years earlier. He's like, hey, look, vato, I don't have the heart, bro, to send you in there to go see your heifer like that with the handcuffs on. He's like, I'm gonna take off the handcuffs. He took off the handcuffs on him, and I saw my tío Mario, Tanquis, and my tío Ernest, dog. They come walking, homie, and they're walking. Vente, mijo. Vamos a decirle adiós a tu papá. Let's go say goodbye to your dad. So what are y'all talking about? They're like, your dad's gonna pass away. What? So ended up walking inside the hospital, dog. And I remember we went up the elevator to the ICU. And as soon as the elevator opened, my primo Pino, that fool comes and grabs me by the arm. Pino's always been like my big brother, dog. He's always been the one who if anybody was picking on me when I was growing up, he was the one that would stand up for me. You know?
Yeah.
He was my big brother. I love that nigga, man. And we took off running through the ICU, homes. My dad flatlined right when I walked inside the door, dog. So I never really got to say goodbye to him, dog. You know what I mean? It was pretty crazy. I walk in, he's already throwing blood out the mouth and bleeding out his ears and his nose, and they got his eyes taped shut. His eyes taped shut. And I just started telling my jefe, "Pa, levántate, pa. Get up, man." They still do life support machines still pumping and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I never got up, though. And that was June 15th, bro, the same week of Father's Day.
Yeah.
So it was pretty messed up, dog. And now I had to hear from my grandpa, bro. My grandpa was one of those persons that he demanded that you carry yourself with respect.
Yeah.
And he wasn't gonna settle for anything less, dog. And I remember they took me back to the what do you call it, homie? Back to the rehab. And 2 or 3 days later, they came and picked me up. Supposedly, we're gonna go bury my jefe. So I got all the cars, lined up. I'm in the transport van, dog. We didn't have feria to bury my jefe, so the county had to do it, homie. Particle board box and all that shit. We take off to Robe, homie, to Robstown, and we get there, dog. And as soon as I turn around, I get off the van and I'm coming off with the handcuffs and stuff, the chain with the feet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I looked like that and I saw my grandpa, dog. Yeah, motherfucker giving me the evil eye, bro. He was mad in the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, bro. And he comes up to me and goes, ven, quiero hablar contigo. He goes, ¿crees que te miras bien bonito? He goes, you're gonna come bury your dad like that, chained up? He was a man of respect, dog, so I get it. Back in the day, I didn't understand why he was such an asshole.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older,
Mhm.
I understand where it came from, dog. You know what I mean? Why he demanded respect, why he wanted everybody to stay in trouble, dog. Why he didn't want nobody going to jail and So yeah, dog, my half passed away, dog, and I ended up getting out. When I got out of that rehab that time, you know, everybody had their families there, ceremony, you're going home type shit. I ain't had nobody there. Nobody was there to pick me up. You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn. So the people gave me a ride home. And this time we're living right here on 10th and Elizabeth. I get home, there's no light, there's no water. All my brothers and sisters are sitting outside, dog. And it was already kind of like 10 o'clock at night, home. And I get home and I'm like, shit, I should have just stayed locked up, fool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, right after that, homie, I started. We moved over here back to 14th Street. I always lived over here on the east side of Corpus Christi, bro. Everybody over here knows me. Everybody knows my brothers. Everybody knows my headphones, dog. My mom was like the hood mom, homie. You know what I mean? She showed love to everybody, homie. And all we had was the clica, homie. We didn't have family. After that, dog, like my cousins had moved out of town, dude. So we're left by ourselves here in Corpus, dog. And my jefita was my mom's from Mexico, homie. So and she didn't have her papers at the time. And shit, dog, she had 5 kids, dog. 5 badass kids too, dog. You know what I mean? They weren't just like I remember my jefita, dog. She would walk down from the bus stop, homie, when she got the food stamps, you know what I mean? With all the bags, homies. Damn, I look back at that shit and I was like, damn, dog. My jefa was the strongest woman I know. You know what I mean? She could have just gave up and said, man, fuck all that, dog, you know? But she never gave up on us, homies. Ahorita mi jefa, dog. So, you know, I ended up started working at the KFC, homie, and that's where I met my baby mama, dog. I met my baby mama there, and I was a dishwasher at that time, vato. But every time I worked, vato, all my feria, órale, ma. Here you go, mom. It's like, for my brothers and sisters, go buy them clothes, go, go do what you got to do. You know what I mean? And I would tell her, just save me $5 every day, so I can go buy me a little nickel weed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, bro. I was working at the KFC, vato, and one day we were walking back, homie. I already had some beef with some vatos right here on 16th and McKenzie, homie. On 17th and McKenzie. Right here on the number streets, bro. Every street's a different gang, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, at that time, it was like that, And I remember I was walking back, homie. And these vatos tried to jump me. They came on. They put a gun in my head. They where the fuck you going? Ooh. I'm over here like, what's up? What's up? And then when they cocked that thing back, I was like, bird. That vato swung and he stole me right in the mouth. I said, órale, puto, me la vas a pagar. You know what I mean? So, it was either that week, I think it was that week, sometime that week, vato, my other brother Mundo was throwing a party at his house. And it was me and my homeboy Duke and my little brother Danny boy. We went over there, we were drinking and shit. My brother's like, yeah, hey, party's over, dog. Y'all gotta go. The fuck? So we ended up walking home, vato, you know what I mean? We were walking home. I was already all drunk, homie, and some vatos pulled up on us right there on right behind the Del Mar College, homie, and vatos jumped out of the car right there where what is it, Naples and Staples, right across the street from the McDonald's. Vato jumps out. He had a filero, vato, but I was all drunk, dude. I didn't give a shit, I went at him, vato. I took it away from him, and I stabbed him, homie, and we took off running. Me and my brother and Duke, vato, and we're all drunk. You know how it is back in the day, dog. You're all drunk running down the street. It's a big old party, dog. You don't give a shit. You know what I mean? And so I ended up, we ended up going down the street, vato, and there was some rugas that were partying outside, vato. We just walked up on them. We started drinking with them, shit like that. That ruca was getting all high. She was drinking pisto. And before you know it, vato, we went to go shoot up those cribs, dude. When we shot up that vato's house, and we shot up the other house down the street. That ruca had gave me a ride to the crib. I picked up my cuetes and I went to go shoot them up, fool. And we passed by the first time. I shot the first house a couple times. Then I went to the second house and started shooting them up too. We went back to my house, homie. I went and reloaded. My homeboy Duke is all like, nah, wait, don't go back, wait. Duke's like an older head, Vato. He was always, he was older. And don't go back, loco. He told me, don't go back. Put the gun in his head, get the fuck out of my face, Vato. You know what I mean? I was already on a mission, homie. I was all drunk and stuff. And so I went back, Vato. And I lit up that first house again. And by the time I turned the corner, all the Judas were parked out there.
Yeah,
right?
I remember that shit. Fool. I remember that shit. I remember that.
And to make my getaway, Vato, we floored it. I started blasting all over again, homie. Not directly at the Huda, but we took off on a high speed chase. We ended up crashing, Vato. Boom. And I remember the Huda came and got, what the fuck is wrong with you, Vato? You know why you gotta be doing something stupid like that? I said, man, I don't give a shit. We all gotta go to prison sometimes. That's just the way it is for us, dog. You know what I mean? You know, I was in this full of BS, you know, and
It's crazy how going to prison was like a fucking accomplishment for a lot of
yeah, you get
knuckleheads
your
back in the
stripes or
days. Yeah,
whatever.
you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. It's dumb now. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
I would trip out because everybody would come out, and I came out like that too. Oh yeah, I just got out of prison. But hey, dog, why don't you tell them about all the stuff that you went through while you were in there?
Yeah.
The Saturday nights, wondering where your old lady's at. Well, back then they didn't have phones, dog. So there was no phones, bro. I got one phone call on New Year's Eve, dog, for 1 minute, and nobody answered. So it was like, damn, bro, you know what I mean? It was pure wheelas back then. So yeah, man, I got locked up. I bonded out. Right when I bonded out, homie, I was in there for 2 days. The same day that I bonded out, my baby mama showed up at the crib, homie. And she said, hey, I gotta talk to you. I said, about what? She said, I'm pregnant. What? You told me this shit like 2 days ago, man. I wouldn't have been in this trouble, right? So I lasted almost 2 years out, Vato, before I actually had to go turn myself in. I got charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I had 2 counts, homie. So, and they were trying to stack them because the second time I went back, the Hudas were there. So they were trying to stack my shit. So I was going to do the 10 years and then 85% on the other one. James Sellers was the prosecutor, the gang prosecutor at the time. He won't let nobody
Oh,
ride,
man, I
bro.
remember that fool.
So I remember I went through the whole time that I was out, homie, and I had Mickey Kopak at the time, man. I had a little bit of feria put up because I was in the game too, and you know, so. But when I found out I was gonna have my chavalita, bro, I just I laid it down, dog. You know what I mean? I said, man, I got to do whatever I got to do. So I started working and trying to live, trying to be a family man and trying to do all that. Unfortunately, I had this thing hanging over my head, bro, and I was hoping to get some paper or something like that, but they were like, nah, dude, Jet Team had confirmed me as a gang member when I was 13 years old. You know what I mean? So that came up with that. So, uh, yeah, bro. So at the end of the day, Mickey Kopak slid back because I didn't have no more money to give him, bro. I had to buy Pampers and
Yeah.
I wasn't in the game anymore. And I was, just working at KC. We live in a paycheck to paycheck, homie. And so I just told him, man, I don't got no money to give you right now. So he goes, hey, man, unfortunately, I'm going to have to slide back from this case, dog. So they gave me a court-appointed lawyer, Vato, and I never even talked to the dude, and I was already going to trial or whatever. And I look back at it, bro, and it was like a miracle, bro. Because I was waiting in the courtroom, and Mickey Kopak walked back in. Back then, he was the coldest what is it, criminal lawyer?
Yeah.
He was a good one, dog. And
Is he still around?
nah, he passed away, dog. When I was in prison, he passed away, and he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Lascano, what's up with your case, man? How you doing?" I said, "Man, I don't even know, dog." I said, I'm up for trial right now, and I ain't even talked to my lawyer, bro." I said, he's like, "What?" This vato knew the gang prosecutor, vato, so he went and talked to him, bro, and he's like, "Okay, well, they dropped it from 10 to 210 concurrent. We're down to 8 and the 4." And then I finally got charged with they dropped all the case. They dropped it down to deadly conduct zone. And so I ended up doing 2 2-year sentences, bro. So I ran a concurrent. I got out in 2 years, dog.
Yeah.
So I ended up going to prison, bro. They gave me a week to turn myself in, bro. I said goodbye to my kids. Caught the B bus, homie, to go turn myself in and shit, And so I ended up going to I ended up getting locked up, homie. And those 2 years were real tough on, you know. Family fell off. Old lady burned off. CPS was trying to take the kids. Nobody knew my baby mama was at. Actually, I'm my second oldest. I had my first oldest. It was Krista. I call her Momo, dog. She was beautiful, dog, when she was born, dog. She looked like Sonic the Hedgehog, going, but with black
Yeah.
hair, dog. Her hair was real spiky, right? So I ended up, she was born, and I turned myself in when she was 9 months old. But when I turned myself in, she was, my baby mama was pregnant with my second daughter, and she was born in May. Right after I turned myself in January. In May, she was born, dog. First time I held my second daughter, Ashley, dog, was in the county jail. They brought her to me, dog, to sign the birth certificate, and I don't know how that lady did it. Her name's Irma Davis, Vato. She's God sent, bro. She's helped me this whole time through this journey, through this fight against addictions and that crazy life, bro. She's always been there for my kids. She's always been a real good protector, bro. She even protected them from me when I was lost. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I respect that lady to the fullest. And so yeah, bro. I went in, I came out, and when I came out, old girl was pregnant with my third daughter. I adopted her. She's my daughter. I love her with all my heart, bro. She's my nana, bro. She was pregnant with her 2 years later when I came out. So I adopted her when I came out, but it just didn't work out between with us, dog. You know what I mean? So I ended up burning off, and that's when I really got into drugs. Dog. I started doing a lot of crack cocaine, drinking, to the clubs, popping bills. Um, just out of there, bro. Just out of there. And then I met my ex, which I was with her for like about 9 years, Holmes, and I messed that relationship up too, bro. You know what I mean? I started selling drugs, and money got to both our heads, I believe. And me being the man of the house, bro, I should have took a different route. You know what I mean? I should have just lived life right, homie. But still, I still wanted to be out there with the gang and selling drugs, doing drugs, and just doing whatever the hell I wanted, bro. And I messed that up, homie. I got real into drugs, homie. I was on the verge of suicide, like in 2013, homie. We separated, me and my ex-wife, and I was about to commit suicide. And when I was about to pull that trigger, dog, I don't know what happened, dog. I just remember my little girls. Never once when I was on drugs or doing whatever I wanted, never popped up. At the very last minute when I was about to pull the trigger, my little girls popped into my head, homie. Call it what you want. I just think that was like God reminding me, hey, sabe que they thought, what the hell you doing? Look, you still got this. So I ended up going to my baby mama's house, and I was out there with my kids for a little bit, and I realized that I needed help, homie. I was on paper at that time for some dope charge, and I just called the PO, man, and I just said, I went down to where I was at that other rehab. 'Cause I remember it was a rehab, what it was called SATF now, and I went up. There she go. I went over there, homie, and I knocked on the doors, and they're like, "Hey, dog, you can't be there. This is like, you got to be court ordered to come to this rehab, right?" So I went up in there. They're like, "No, you can't." I said, "Man, I need help, dog." I said, "I'm on drugs. If y'all don't help me, bro, something's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up killing somebody. I'm gonna end up killing myself, homie." So they took me in, and they started doing evaluation. They're like, "Hey, man, but you have to be court ordered. You got to get sent by a judge to come here." So I was like, "Well, I'm on paper. I'm on paper." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they're like, "You're on probation." I said, "Yeah." So we ended up calling my PO, bro, and then a week after that, I went and turned myself in, dog. A lot of people look down on people who get caught up on drugs, and yes, bro, it's self-inflicted, homie, right? You do it to yourself. But I don't think that any addict, homie, once you get hooked on drugs, you're gonna know how far down you're gonna go, how desperate you're gonna get, everything that comes with it, bro. You know what I mean? Um, so I ended up turning myself into that rehab, homie. I went up in front of Bobby Galvan, which was a judge at that time, and I told him, "Sabe qué, homie?" I said, "I need help, dog. I'm on drugs. I can't do it myself anymore." He's like, "Well, we don't have anything to hold you except your word. Are you sure you want to do this?" I said, "Yeah, bro. I need the help." So I turned myself in, homie. The vato got up and he shook my hand. He goes, "You're a good man, dog." He goes, "Not a lot of people will do what you do, but I just think it was a whole messed up situation, dog." So I ended up being there for about 9 months, homie, and I got out and started working at Kiewit. And then, bro, I go back again to the addiction, bro. Started smoking that K2, dog. You know what I mean? And it got pretty bad, dog. But revoked my probation. I went on the run. After I went on the run, I got caught up, bro. And I got sent to ISF, and I was locked up in ISF with the ruca that I was with, the one I was with for 9 years. I wasn't even locked up a month, homie, and she fucking burned off. Some other vato, homie, you know what I mean? So I went through like a real bad depression, homie, because of the ruca, like I was like so in love with her, homie, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I look back at the whole situation. It was like, damn, dog, but look at the way you were living. It's so real easy. It's so easy to point the finger at other people, dog. But whenever you can look in the mirror and hold yourself accountable for the things that you're doing and say, "Sabe qué? Maybe it's not everybody else who's the problem. Maybe it's you." You know what I mean? So I had to do that, homie. And so yeah, man, I ended up separating from that ruca, and you know, then I got into some real dark kind of stuff, bro. I was praying to other things that weren't of God, and you know, I think everything served its purpose. You know what I mean? I was into witchcraft. I was into all this other stuff, bro. And at the end of the day, dog, like I was doing certain things that I wasn't supposed to be doing, bro. So I was looking to these things for like protection and all kinds of other stuff, bro. And I was seeing talking to witches and stuff like that, bro. And everybody thinks it's pretty crazy, but it's actually pretty real, right?
It's real, bro.
It's real, man. Standing inside of pentagrams and just going all out, bro. And then I think God gave me a little pop out, bro, and he opened up my eyes, homie. You know what I mean, to the things I was doing, and I realized that I wasn't living life right by God, homie. You know what I mean? And so when I was going through this spiritual war, I grabbed onto the Bible, homes, and I started reading the Bible, homie, and that was the only thing that brought me peace at the time. You know what I mean? So I started going to church, and everybody's like tripping, like, "Hey, dog, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? I was like, it's the only thing that helps me, dog. And brother Larry, the one he just took off, I went and saw him one day, and he was wearing these Thug Ministry shirts, bro. And I went and talked to him. I said, "Hey, what is that, Holmes?" "That's a ministry, homie." You know what I mean? I said, "Hey, man, I want to go to that." So, and it was at a quinceañera, one of the homeboys' daughter's quinceañera, dog. And it was crazy because the same day that he gave me the card, and I was asking him about the ministry, dog. As soon as I left from there, homie, they shot up the car, dog. Who it was, I don't know. All I remember is that they shot up the car. It was little Renee, Surenia, Robert, and their dad, Robert, dog. They shot up our truck on the freeway, dog. We don't know who it was, why they did it, or anything like that. Could have been anything, right?
Yeah.
But I just found it kind of crazy that it all happened at the same time, homie. You know
So
what I
I'm glad
mean?
nobody got hit, man.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy, dog.
Yeah, I remember seeing that truck, man, the bullet holes in it. I was like,
It was
what
all
the
on the
fuck?
side,
Yeah,
homie.
y'all are lucky y'all didn't get hit, man.
I just think that the enemy wasn't too happy about that. The transition that was about to start happening, homie. Well, anyways, dog, I got into the ministry, bro. And I started going to church. I went to the Corpus Christi Christian Fellowship out there on Staples in Saratoga, dog. And I rededicated my life to Christ, dog. I said, "Sabe que Diosito," and I've never cried like that, bro. I didn't cry like that at my dad's funeral. I didn't cry anywhere like that, bro. So it came down from deep down inside, bro. And I asked the Lord to forgive me for all my sins, bro.
It's all the weight you were carrying, man.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And I let it all out, bro. And it hasn't been easy, bro, this walk. You know what I mean? You're so used to living like a savage, bro, and chaos is your normal. You know what I mean? But I gave my life to Christ, vato, and even went to the prisons to go talk to the people out there. You know what I mean? Not going in there preaching, bro. Just going there and just telling my story, bro. My life's been pretty crazy, dog. And about in 2021, bro, I went and started sober living homes. So I went to the sober living home. It was called Broken Chains, dog, and I stayed there for about 14 months, homie. And I was doing real good, homie, but it was just it was like a dry drunk, dog. I was just there. You know what I mean? I wasn't really working a program. I wasn't really, you know, trying to fix anything, dog. So as soon as I left from there, I relapsed, bro, and it started all over. And then I ended up coming to this place. Well, about a year ago, homie, February 7th of last year, I almost I almost overdosed, dog. I ended up in the hospital, dog. And it wasn't the fact that I was gonna overdose, bro. Is that I didn't care whether I lived or died. And I didn't give a shit about my kids. I didn't give a shit about nothing, bro. Hey, Sabe, if you're gonna take me already, bro. I'm tired of all this. Well, he had other plans, dog. And I ended up going to this place called Grace Prosper, dog. And I got there, homie, and shit, dog, I didn't want to be there. But there was this vato named Ruben Bernal, ex-local from the hood, from the barrio, locked up and all that. And he's like, hey, bro, Sabe, just stay there, dude. Stick and stay. So I stayed there, bro, and I picked up my Bible all over again, dog. And it's been a year, man. February 7th, I have a year sober, homie. You know what I mean? So I'm going on 13 months clean and sober, dog. I thank God for that, man, because for me, it wasn't easy.
Man. Yeah, that's a big
I
milestone.
mean, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
And a shout out to the homeboy Wicked, homie. And then you too, carnal, because you were always one of the ones that told me to Wicked. I got carnales that are still my carnales that are still my brothers, bro, that still want what's best for me, right?
Hell yeah. I remember a couple months ago when I had Pedro with that one fool. You came up, you were like, don't worry, Carnal, I'm gonna take care of it tonight. I was like, Mexican, don't, fool. Don't, just leave it alone, man. Stay out of trouble. Like, don't worry about me, man. Just a little internet beef, that's it. Like, just let it go, man. Like, you got your grandpa now,
Yeah. I'm just one of those types, bro. I don't really like.
I know.
He's about to become my family, bro. When we didn't have nobody, they were my family, bro. Wicked too. Wicked was a big influence in my life, man. He was always one of those that would get on my ass, dog. You know what I mean? So a couple of months ago, homie, I was doing my stucco, bro. Had my little business going and stuff, making real good money, dog.
Yeah.
Then it slows down right around October, homie. So that's when Wicked calls me up. Hey, ¿qué onda, carnal? He goes, hey, dog, you want to come try out this refinery stuff? I'm like, I don't think they're gonna let me in there, vato. You know what I mean? Well, I ended up passing the background, homie. You know what I mean? So I ended up getting into the refineries, bro, and I ended up started working with for Turner Industries, dog. You know what I mean? And great bunch of guys, dog. You know what I mean? Even through my own insecurities, vato, those vatos are like, hey, dog, you'll be all right, dog. You're gonna be all right. Then I got a good. He's a little homeboy from work, dog. The vato's been showing me a lot of that insulating stuff, bro. So, you know, shout out to Jesse, man. Thank you, bro. And yeah, bro. So I've been in the refineries now, bro. So from all that crazy life, bro, today, bro, I still got a lot of things to work on, homie. I still got a lot of baggage. I still have a lot of issues that I haven't dealt with, dog. You know what I mean? There's still a lot of pain there, homie. But I can tell you, man, that Jesus Christ has given me a peace and he's given me the strength, bro, to put one foot in front of the other and to make it through another day, bro. So one of my favorite prayers I pray every day is the serenity prayer, bro. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So all I have is today, bro. I don't worry about tomorrow. You know, I may not be where I want to be. I thank God I'm not where I used to be, Holmes. You know what I mean? And so yeah, bro. Here I am, bro. And going out there seeing you at the barbecue spot, homie. Much respect for, you're doing it, homie. You know what I mean? I respect you a lot too, Bugs. Pero, doing this thing, I'm, kind of nervous, bro. You know what I mean? I'm just trying, dog. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to share my testimony, bro, to let anybody know, dog. It don't matter where you come from, bro. There's always a better way, bro. And for me, that's Jesus Christ, dog. You know what I mean? And it's shout out to Grace Prosper, bro. The people there are very good, bro. I've been there for about a year now, dog. You know what I mean? And my kids are all grown up already, bro. So, I know everything's gonna be all right, bro.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right, man.
So that's pretty much my story, dog.
I have a question. You said, like on your road to recovery, you had others around you that were like, like, why? Or do you feel like you got more motivation to do something better from yourself from strangers than you got from, I guess, like gente, like just around you?
Well,
I just say that because in my point of view, I feel like people around you don't want you to get out of that whatever it is, whatever
yeah.
if it's addiction, if it's
Well,
gambling,
the
if it's
thing is,
anything.
Karan, to homie, is that I had to do this for myself, dog.
That's it. At the end of it,
I have to do this for myself, bro. I have to be a better example for Christ. You know what I mean? Can't be half stepping, bro, and I deal with that a lot too, right? But I was always known as that crazy ass dude out in the neighborhood doing crazy. Always up to something, dog. Always cagando el palo. Always, he wasn't out there partying. He was out there slanging. If not, he was out there fighting. If not, he was always up to something, dog. And one of the hardest things for me was learning how to turn the other cheek, because you're not gonna please everybody, bro.
Yeah.
And there's people who don't want to see you do good.
Exactly.
They would rather see you on the ground, bro, and try to, chunk stones at you and kick you while you're on the ground, dog.
That's your own
Exactly.
family and homeboys most of
Yep.
the time. That's the sad part.
That's
Yep.
what I was trying to
That's the
lead to.
sad
Like,
part.
I got more motivation from strangers.
Yeah.
Like, because people around me, like, you tell them, hey man, I'm gonna stop doing this. They're like, you serious? You crazy? Like,
That's what you're known for. You have to. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how they make you feel.
mm-hmm.
You know.
Like guilt. Like, damn, you gonna leave us? Like,
Real quick, man, I see my little brother right there, Daniel Lascano, man. I just want to let that little vato know, man, that I love him with all my heart, bro. He's going through a difficult situation right now, homie. And, no matter what happens, Carnal, just know that I'm right there with you. That I love you, homie, and I'm going to ride this out with you, Carnal. Yeah. Yeah, he's facing a Fed case right now, homie. That's my little brother, dog. That vato has a big heart. Sometimes, you just get caught up in the situation, dog.
Yeah.
Pero
We all gotta learn the hard way sometimes, man.
yeah. And then, shout out to my jefita, bro. She's always cooking me dinner. And that's the thing, dog. Another thing is that when you have those couple of individuals that do tell you, hey, ¿sabes de qué? Hey, I'm proud of you, Holmes.
yeah.
A la verga, for real, dog. You're working in the refineries, you? A la verga, you know what I mean? Oh, you're going to church? I said, yeah, bro, I'm going to church, dog. They trip out like that. So in a way, bro, sometimes I think God picks certain people out of a group of people, and see if I could do this with him, imagine what I could do with you. And I feel like sometimes, bro, he uses me as an example, but he gets all the glory, homie. You know what I mean? Me by myself, bro, I ain't nothing but a mess up, F up, whatever you want to call it, dog. You know what I mean? But when I'm in Christ, dog, it's, to see my jefita smile, homes. You know what I mean? That lady been through a lot, dog. My brothers and sisters, dog. They used to put up with me, belly me out all the time. Now they're like, man, I thought he was about to do. He's working in the refineries. And to me, shout out to the Turner Industries, dog. I'm grateful for those people, dog, because they gave me a chance, dog. There's other places that wouldn't even hire me, dog. They would just look at me and they would,
Oh yeah, man.
what chamos, you know what I mean?
That's what pushed me to go into business for myself, man.
Mhm.
First with the detailing, and then now with the restaurant because
Yeah.
people don't want to hire you full. They see your background, your felonies, and what you look like. You know what I mean? We're just, we come from a different world, a different time. Where it was just different.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing to be super proud of, but it did make us who we are today.
Yeah.
Regardless of anything.
Yeah, that's one thing, carnal. I'm
I remember always running into the homeboys. Hey man, have you seen Boxer? Oh man, he kind of slid back and like, ching out. And I would message you, hey Mexican, you all right? Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll talk and shit. And we'd come over, I would tattoo you and shit.
Yeah. I still got a little bit more to go, but in due time, bro. Pero yeah, bro, that's my story, dog. You know what I mean? I hope it helps somebody, dog. Inspired somebody at least, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for everybody's out there struggling, bro, just remember this too shall pass, dog. One day you'll be able to look back. If you really want to, one day you look back at that and you'll be like, man, it's finally over, Holmes. You know what I mean?
You want to invite anybody to your church?
Well, yeah, man, Solid Rock, bro. Anybody who ever wants to go to Solid Rock, man, has been my church, man, since 2016, man. That place has always been somewhere safe and peaceful for me, homie. Especially when I was going through them spiritual battles, dog. You know what I mean? I'd go in there. They got an awesome praise and worship, homie. Pastor Steve and Steve Jr., man, they're awesome pastors, bro, and they really give out the word. And shout out to the Thug Ministries too, Brother Benny, Brother Frank, Brother Larry, Brother Matt. All them people out there, man, and God bless all of y'all, dog. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, we got 4 minutes left, man. Anything else you want to say?
Well, I just want to tell my little girls, man, that I love them with all my heart, bro. And I thank them so much that they've always been a real big reason why I had to get sober, and that I'm sorry for any pain that I caused them, homie. You know what I mean? To my family, dog. And to all the homeboys that encourage my growth, bro. I love y'all, bro. And even the ones who don't, bro. Hey, man, God bless y'all, dog. That's pretty much it.
Okay, man. Hey, y'all got anything you want to ask before we end it?
Bust out the violins.
Yeah. We'll celebrate with some food tomorrow.
Yeah. Man, just want to tell you thank you, dog, for bringing me out here, bro. Kind of mucho talking, dog, pero I mean, it's my testimony. That's what I've been through, bro. And
like I said, I've been wanting to get you on here. I asked you like 3-4 months ago when I first started.
Yes, sir.
We wanted to get you on here, man. All right, man. We're gonna go ahead and end it. Thank you for watching, man. We'll be back next week with somebody else, and hope you have a good night and take care of yourselves.
Your host, El Vago, owner, operator of El Vago Burger Barbecue, located at 4701 Barrera Drive, Motown, Texas, Molina neighborhood.
Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that. Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the VOLO Podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that.